Hello children, good morning. Welcome back to physics class. Today we will learn about few rules for writing SI units. Last class we saw about measurement of physical quantities, right? So to measure any physical quantity, what are the things we need? Yes, we need unit and magnitude. So what is magnitude, children? Yes, it is a value that represents the number of units. We also saw an example. Okay, a bucket weighs 2 kg. So here kg is unit and 2 is magnitude. That means what? 2 represents that the unit kilogram is included 2 times. Got it? Okay, so weight equal to 2 kg. Here weight is what? Physical quantity. So to measure this weight, what are the things we require? Magnitude and unit. Correct. So here 2 is magnitude, kg is unit. So we may represent the measurement of physical quantity as P equal to N into U. Here P is physical quantity, N is magnitude, U is unit. So children, to measure any physical quantity, you need magnitude and unit. Clear? Very good. Next we learnt about non-standard units. Okay, in ancient times, the length of the foot, the width of a finger and the distance of a step were all accepted measurements. These are called non-standard units. Why non-standard? Because they vary from place to place. They vary from person to person. I already told you, right? Width of a finger may vary from person to person. So you cannot take a width of a finger as a unit. So these are called non-standard units. Examples of non-standard units are hand span, cubit or arm length, foot span, etc. Children, we have many other non-standard units. Go discuss with your parents, try to find those non-standard units, write it in your notebook. You can take a picture of it and send it to me to my WhatsApp number. Okay, next we learnt about SI units. So what are SI units? Yes, these units are standardized units. They will not vary from place to place or from person to person. These units are accepted worldwide. Okay, international system of units. Now we are going to learn about certain rules for writing these SI unit. Rule number 1. Full name of unit always starts with small letter even if named after a person. For example, Newton is a unit of force. You already learned in your primary classes, right? Newton is a unit of force. Newton is the name of a scientist. Even though it is a name of a scientist, we will not write the unit Newton with capital N. Got it, children? So what is the first rule? Full name of unit always starts with small letter even if named after a person. Other examples are given. See, ampere. It is also a name of a person, but it starts with small a only. Next, coulomb is also a name of a scientist, but when you write the unit coulomb, it will start with small letter c only. So always SI unit starts with small letter. Rule number 2. Symbol for unit named after a scientist should be in capital letter. So Newton is the unit named after a scientist. Got it? So when you write the full name of a unit Newton, it will start with small letter. But when you write the symbol of the unit, the symbol should be capital N because it is a name of a person. For example, ampere. Symbol of ampere is capital A. Kelvin is also a name of a person. So symbol for unit Kelvin is capital K. Same for coulomb. Got it? Rule number 3. Symbols for derived units which are formed by multiplication or joined with a space or center dot. Example, Newton second. Newton second is the derived unit. Now look at the symbol of Newton second. Newton, N, capital N is a symbol of Newton and small s is a symbol of second. Children, why are we writing small s as a symbol of second? Why not a capital S? Correct, because the unit second is not derived from a name of a person. So the symbol is in small letter. Got it? Whereas Newton is derived from a name of a person. So we are writing capital N as its symbol. Got it? Now look here. Newton second. N and S has a space between them or a dot should be there. Okay. Now shall we read the rule again? Symbols for derived units which are formed by multiplication or joined with a space or center dot. Okay, Newton meter as N space M or N dot M. Rule number 4. In case of derived units formed by division, the symbols are joined with a solidus, which is nothing but a slanting line or a negative exponent. I'll explain you with an example. Here, the unit meter per second is given. So, M meter per second means a meter divided by a second. Okay, when you write it in symbol, you will not write M divided by S. You will not write like that. Instead, you will write M solidus S or MS power minus 1. Okay, S is in denominator. When you bring S to the numerator, you will write power minus 1. Got it? Here, minus 1 is a negative value. Since you are writing it in the power, it is exponent. Okay. So, let me read the rule again. Symbols of derived units which are formed by divisions, the symbols are joined with a solidus or as a negative exponent. One more example. Newton per meter. How will you write the symbol for this unit? Yes, N solidus M or Nm power minus 1. Got it? Rule number 5. Very easy rule. Names of the units can be written in plural form, but the symbols of units are always written in singular form. Example, 5 meters. Okay. But when you write it in symbol, you have to write only 5m, not 5ms. Got it? Rule number 6 and the last rule. Since symbols of units are not abbreviation, they do not end in full stops unless they are at the end of a sentence. Clear? So, you will not unnecessarily keep a dot after writing the symbol of unit unless they are at the end of a sentence. Okay? Check whether the following is correct as per the rules of SI unit. 8 meter, 15 kgs, 6 meters, 10 joule. Note, joule is a name of a scientist. I will send the answers in group after this video. You can cross check with it. Okay, children? And don't forget to do the Google form which I'll be sending you after this video. Thank you, students. Have a great day. Take care.